What's going on, everybody? It's your boy JP, Joe Paul, bagging him up. But always having a great day. All that good stuff, man. Leave a like, leave a comment, all that good YouTube stuff. I appreciate all the support. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. We're back with another rookie update. We have not talked about the rookies in, I believe, about a month or so. You know, we talked about Caitlin, we talked about Angel separately in different videos, but we have not talked about just the overall rookies and, you know, their progression over the course of the season. That's what we're going to do today. So we're going to go ahead and start with Miss Head Honcho herself. We're going to talk about Miss Caitlin Clark, who has basically just ran away with the Rookie of the Year race over the course of, you know, this past month in August, and really just like a lot of, like, you know, just before the break also, she was just absolutely on a tear, you know, going into, I believe, the last game before the Olympic break. That's when she broke the all-time WNBA assist record with a 19 in a game. She's just been on an absolute tear since she's come back from break. She is averaging 24.6 points per game, 9 assists per game, 5 rebounds a game on 48% from the floor, on 39% from three. And the best part about it, man, is it is leading to wins for the team. You know, this is a team that everybody knows they struggled very, very much out the gate. They started off 1-8. You know what I'm saying? They had that crazy gauntlet, you know, facing the Liberty and facing Connecticut. They just, I believe, in their first 10 games they played against, you know, a top 5 seed. Right now, I believe like 6 times in the first 10 games. It was absolutely insane. And for them to bounce back now and to be 17-16 and a 6 seed in the playoffs, like, it's just a true testament to what Caitlin Clark is able to bring, because a lot of this team, like, this is a team that really brought over a lot of the players that they had the previous year. And the previous year, they were bad enough to win the first overall pick, you know what I'm saying? And that's not to shade, you know, any of the fewer players, not to shade Aaliyah Boston or Kelsey Mitchell or anybody like that, but just the fact that the addition of Caitlin Clark has taken this team from one that was in the lottery in contention for the first overall pick to a team that people are saying is that nobody wants to face them come playoff time. Like, since the break has come back, they're 6-1, you know what I'm saying? In Caitlin's last 2 games, she's averaging 29.5 points per game, 12 assists per game, 4 rebounds on 54% from the floor and 50% from three on 10 attempts. The girl's 3-point shot is 100% back after the break. I think that her really getting that time to be away from, you know, just the madness, you know what I'm saying? There was, for the first time in a long time, the cameras were not on Caitlin Clark every single day when she woke up. She was able to, you know, just get in the gym, practice, get better, and she came back and she is just proving that she is one of the best guards in the WNBA today, if not the best point guard in the WNBA today. You know, I think that the sky really is the limit for this girl. I think that what she's able to bring to just a franchise in general, and I think that she could not have been put on a better team than this Indiana Fever team, because she's playing with just such selfless players who aren't, like, you know, worried about their own stats, who aren't worried about their own egos. Their main focus is to win the game. You know, there are a lot of players who haven't really had the opportunity to win, and, you know, there's times where, you know, you bring in a player like that, and there's, you know, it could be polarizing. You know, it could be that, you know, we're used to doing things a certain way and we don't want to conform to, you know, this girl who's supposed to come here and be our hope. But the Fever team is not like that. They've all been super selfless. They've all been, you know, just made proper sacrifices. I know that Aaliyah Boston has been struggling very much since the second half of the season came back, but I know that she'll take that, because this team now, they're 17-16. They're above 500 for the first time since Obama was the president. You know, just Caitlin Clark has taken this team to brand new heights, and she's elevating the level of play of the players around her, and that has to be probably her biggest asset. I'm not gonna lie. Like, coming out of college, everybody talked about her 3-point shot. Everybody talked about, you know, just her ability to pass, but nobody really talked about just how she can uplift and honestly not make a player better, but help them just reach their overall potential. Like, Kelsey Mitchell was a 20 points per game player this last season, you know, and coming into this season, it's easy to expect that she's gonna be able to get 20 points per game. You know what I'm saying? She's just that level of scorer. But you can see that with her playing with Caitlin, and she'll tell you herself, the able of shots that Caitlin's able to generate for her, that freedom that Caitlin being on the court allows her to play with, it's taken her to new heights. You know what I'm saying? Since the All-Star break, since the beginning of July, Kelsey Mitchell has been the best shooting guard in the entire WNBA. And that's not hyperbole at all. That is just a straight up fact. She has been out here. I'm actually going to pull up her number, because her numbers are actually, no. Actually, listen, it's not a video about Kelsey Mitchell. However, I think that these numbers will better tell the story of what she's been able to do. From July 2nd to September 1st, so from the beginning of July to now, Kelsey Mitchell's giving you 23 points per game, 2 assists per game, 4 rebounds per game, on 50% from the floor, on 40% from three, on 8 attempts. And like I said, she'll tell you herself a lot of that has to do with just the generation that Caitlin is able to create for her. If you watch Fever games, you just see that she's just like, she gets looks that just like you cannot give a scorer like Kelsey Mitchell. Like other teams have to play her one-on-one because they're just so scared of what Caitlin Clark's able to do on the court, and just elevating the level of play of everybody around her, and it really makes me ask the question, man, what is Caitlin Clark's true ceiling in this league? Like, what is a prime Caitlin Clark going to look like? Or actually, better yet, when Caitlin Clark gets to the end of her career, what will her accolades look like? And I've got that here actually written down. So for my prediction of Caitlin Clark's career accolades, I'm going to say that she's going to be first team all WNBA 10 times. I think that from now for the next decade, I don't think there'll be another point guard that's going to be able to do what she does at the level that she does it. That nobody's gonna be able to play the pace that she plays, and not gonna be able to generate the offense for her team. I believe she also leads the league in total points generated for her team. Like, I don't think that anybody's gonna be able to really keep up that level of production, and from the guard position anyway, from the guard position. In terms of MVPs, I can see Caitlin Clark winning 2 MVPs. Now, you're probably going to ask yourself, oh, why isn't there more MVPs? I just think that A'ja Wilson, she is still in her prime. She's only 28 right now. And then even so, in the coming years, we're going to have other great players who I fully believe can come out here and have a better, maybe statistical season, maybe in one range or in one way or another than Caitlin Clark. They have Paige Beckers coming. I believe that Juju Watkins is going to come in and be the next Maya Moore of the WNBA. So if you don't believe me, I made a whole video about it. So I think the MVPs are going to be something that's going to be hard to come by for her, especially like when those newer players come into the league. So I'm going to go with 2 MVPs, and then as far as championships go, I'm going to think she's going to win 4 championships. She's going to tie Maya Moore for total championships, and she's going to have 4 Finals MVPs. And yeah, man, I can't say enough about Caitlin Clark. She truly is just a remarkable basketball player. Like, she makes, like, whenever her games are on TV, I'm going to make a point to watch it. You know what I'm saying? This is last game against Dallas. There was, and not for nothing, I'm all over the place right now. Not for nothing. The transformation of the team since the All-Star break is really just one of the main I guess viewing points for me. That's something that I always just don't want to miss. Just seeing just how this team has transitioned, and with Caitlin, of course, how the team has transitioned and how they become just this threat in the WNBA. It's just kudos to you, my girl. Kudos to you, Caitlin Clark, Rookie of the Year, deserves to get a couple of MVP votes, and first team all WNBA, very deserving of it. That's all I got for you guys, though, man. Peace and love, family. Deuces.